Once you got four, just go ahead.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Start it right now.
2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and call this meeting of the Alpharetta City Council for March 23rd, 2026. Call this to order. Looks like we're still missing a few. Pardon? Okay. We're good. We got 5 of us. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Note for the record that all members of council are present except for Mayor Pro Tem and Councilman Dorito. We should still have the Pledge of Allegiance, shouldn't we?
We should, and I just checked back to my notes. Mr. Dorito indicates he'll be here, so they both indicate to be here shortly. So, but
Okay.
yes, we would.
If you're willing and able, please stand and join us for the pledge.
To the flag of the United
So we have a new and updated city ordinances, and these ordinances, there's a few reasons behind these. One is it's just been a long time since we've taken a look at local ordinances, and a lot of what we see is we're trying to fill gaps where we feel like there are. Some other reasons for these is obviously with the jail, having local control, being able to utilize the jail more effectively, and then ultimately an ability to address some undesirable behavior that's not currently having to give somebody a permanent criminal record. The city ordinances allow us to keep local control and allow us to address these behaviors, but use the sort of the Alpharetta way or the Alpharetta touch in addressing them. Would you like to go through them one by one? Questions specifically?
I can just give a broad overview, and then, yeah, I think having some general questions, if you'll have any, or direction, if you had concerns, would be appropriate. So I can tell you that we only amended 2 existing provisions. So the very first slide in your packet pertains to firearms, and this is one where we need to memorialize that while we don't permit the discharge of firearms in the city limits, you can use it in lawful defense of persons or property, or for use in an indoor shooting range. While we don't have a range, I just that since we were looking another section was amended, was already just cleaned up. Just simply changed the urban camping ordinance. It was already unlawful to secure personal belongings, and it is. So this one, we were just making sure the language was tight. And then moving forward, all of the proposals in this presentation starting for the discharge bows and crossbows within the city limits. So while 30-5 addresses the discharge of firearms, there have been some concerns raised about the discharge of bows or crossbows within the city limits, particularly when it's close to like the Greenway. Basically, that there is a bow or crossbow within the city limits not going to result in a stray arrow going off of a property. So the person who gets the permit is required to shoot only on their property. If the limits of the property are small enough, then they would have to either provide a backdrop to prevent a bow, to prevent an arrow from leaving the property, or depending on the size of the parcel and the setbacks involved, you would have to shoot interior to your property rather than to the exterior. And that would be administered by the police chief, just to ensure that we're having guards in place. And with permitting process, we would know who's supposed to be doing it. So if we were to get a complaint, we would know, okay, this is somebody who has the permit. We can go with the code section.
Thank you. Do we have any questions about that?
during gun, so I was just wondering if anybody would be interested in just a permit is not necessary for bow.
One thing about it, it's that only right now gives us a little more protection and allows us to screen and send.
saying just if and larger, or what?
No, I restriction of feet, all of that makes, all of that is, as you mentioned, Chief, it makes just really good common sense. I was just wondering about the extra step of going to commit. So if somebody complains and they've violated that, then you still have the enforcement ability with or without a permit. I'm just saying the extra step of a permit, I'm not sure that that extra step is necessary at this point. But we haven't had these regulations outlined before, so we don't know what kind of guidance they will provide for folks.
Correct.
The one thing, I appreciate you putting this together, without a doubt. The one thing I'd like to, where we talk through, I think the 150 feet property line really helpify that you're inside your property and being, but on some properties there, as well as looking at relationship to a dwelling that has someone living in it, you know, and it comes back, and those that are, you're sitting on your back porch, you don't know what your neighbor's doing. 150 feet from a property line is still pretty, if we're talking old school recurve, 150, 420 feet per second, 50 feet, finished dwelling property line, that it can be this, but I appreciate y'all taking a look.
And answered, Council, 5 seconds, is a valid element to discharge a bow or crossbow within the city for a period of